I had looked at so many properties, and one day I just thought, I'm gonna just drive around, and I just came up this road, and the view was spectacular. And it is one of the best houses I've ever lived in. My husband wanted a farm type property. He grew up in the Midwest and liked farms and liked animals. I was looking for views, and this has both. I owned a company. My husband was a corporate executive. Both of my children went to the Niwot schools here, which are excellent. They both did international baccalaureate and sports and all of that. But we also had enough free time that we could spend time at the home. Gentleman's Farm is a farm that doesn't take too much work. It's not a farm where you're up at dawn and you're working 7 days a week. You have enough food that you're producing, that you have enough for your family and maybe some friends. We did have a little fruit stand out front, which was a lot of fun. We got to know a lot of people doing that. It's a perfect location. It couldn't be any better. We are equidistant from downtown Longmont and downtown Boulder. We are about a 10-minute drive from Lyons, and we're about a 5-minute drive from downtown Niwot. At the time, we just thought it was a house, and it wasn't until I drew out what I wanted to do for a little addition, which was the dining room and the kitchen. And in looking for an architect, I realized that it was a Richard Crowther house. Not knowing who he was, I later found out he was quite a famous architect, known as the Frank Lloyd Wright of passive solar. And then just by synchronicity, I accidentally met the architect that drew up my plans, and it turned out that he had been mentored by Richard Crowther and had the same philosophy. And so in the end, we brought this house back to 2020 passive solar code with Boulder and kept all of the systems and the philosophy of Richard Crowther in doing so. It always felt like a home because we were happy here. It is the awe of the mountains and the views and the sunsets and the sunrises and the stars. I've hosted one of my children's weddings here. We always know it's spring when the blue heron comes and sits on our dock. He has never missed a year. It's just the circle of life. It's this lifestyle where you're really integrated with the place you're living. It's not just a house plopped on a piece of land. It's actually integrated. And I think once you understand that, and you start working with it, it just becomes this amazing experience. My hope for the next homeowner is that they have as beautiful a life here as I have had.